An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now, why should that be? Probably because the apple is high in vitamins and minerals. It provides energy in the form of carbohydrate, and it's high in fiber, so it's a fabulous food. Today, I'm going to use the apple cooked and raw in a fully comprehensive dessert that looks as good, as it tastes as good, as it does you good, as it is easy to make. It is apple fritters. The dish actually starts with rice. It's terrific if you've got some leftover plain boiled or steamed rice. I simmer a cup of cooked rice in a small quantity of reduced fat milk, just a few tablespoons. I'm using an Australian medium grain rice for this. And once the milk's been absorbed after 5 or so minutes, I remove from the heat and add a couple of egg yolks and just a little more of that reduced fat milk. Now, while the rice mixture is resting quietly, I make up another mixture using fabulous Australian honey. A tablespoon or so, and a tablespoon of butter, or you could use margarine, such as canola-based margarine, remembering that that would be low in saturated fat and would qualify for the Heart Foundation's tick of approval. And 125 grams of self-raising flour. I beat this up well, and then add the grated rind of lemon and a couple of teaspoons of lemon juice. Some grated apple, and here I'm using a couple of medium-sized apples which have been washed and dried and grated with the skin still on. And I grate in half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And once this is all mixed well in, I set aside. Now I take the 2 egg whites that went with the egg yolks and I whisk them with a little bit of cream of tartar. It helps the stiffening process. I'm looking for quite stiff peaks, just like this. Once done, I can put all the components together. The rice mixture is added to the apple with the flour, stirred up briefly, and then I fold in the egg whites. I make sure I fold rather than mix so that I can keep my fritters light and aerated. And that's the mixture ready for cooking. But before I do the fritters, I'm just going to make some caramelized apple to go with them. Very simple process. Into a pan goes a little butter, tiny amount, or margarine, some sugar. Just melt that down a little over a medium heat, and then toss in apple slices. And once they start to turn brown, I apply a little liqueur. It could be a port or muscat, or it could be something stronger, and I flame the mixture. I love this bit. Oh, yes. A final sprinkling of sultanas or raisins, and the caramelized apples are quite ready. Time to cook the fritters. Into a lightly oiled or non-stick pan, I put a few dollops of the mixture, allow them to cook for a couple of minutes on one side, and then swiftly turn them over, and the same on the other side. When it's time to serve, I lay down a bed of very finely sliced raw apple that's been rubbed in lemon juice to stop it going rusty. A generous helping of that caramelized apple, flamed caramelized apple. A selection of apple fritters, a sprinkling of lemon rind, and a drizzle of the honey I used in the cooking. And there it is, Australian apples in an all-Australian dessert. From Consuming Passions, till next time, bon appetit.